What is up, y'all, and welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Lollyman16, and I'm here once again for another Dragon Ball Super review. This is episode 116, Kambaku no Kizashi, Shou Hono no Kyodai no Bakuhatsu, which in translation, the signs of a comeback, Ultra Instinct's huge explosion. And before I begin this episode, I just want to say really quickly that this week's translation, there's a lot of different ways of translating that, but it's either Chou Hono no Kyodai na, or it could also be Migate no Gokui no Bakuhatsu, because it's the explosion of Ultra Instinct, and there could have been a lot of translation errors or whatnot, but anyway, that's this week's episode title. And this week we get the conclusion to the epic battle between Goku and Kefla. And this week really signifies just how strong Ultra Instinct really is. And it also gives us some insight onto what's going to happen, especially with Vegeta, as we get further into this review. So, as always, thank you Herms for the translations for this week's review. Twitter.com/Herms98, as he always gives us that. And this week it did feature the fight between Goku and Kefla, but there is something at the end of the episode which I do want to address, and that is very, very important. So we begin this week off with Goku powering up from Migate no Gokui. He powers up from Ultra Instinct. We get this really huge explosion. They play the cool Sumitomo track, the one basically it's the Goku versus Kefla soundtrack. It's, the one he also used against Jiren. They play that music. Pretty cool stuff. Goku powers up big time. Kefla still thinks that she can beat him, but Goku says, "Nah, you ain't doing it anymore. I mean, my form is way too much for you to handle." So on the sidelines we have Kuririn, and he says that Goku is actually giving off a tremendous amount of heat. We says that because he's fighting Kefla, Goku, when he's in this Ultra Instinct form, right, he is powered up, but so has Kefla. Kefla has powered up even more, which is a very common trait of the Saiyans, and basically, Goku's Ultra Instinct, it triggered again. It's triggered again because he's fighting a ever-evolving Saiyan. That's basically what Whis is trying to say to everyone on the stands. So Kefla is there, and she's commentating on how she likes the heat, specifically of Son Goku, but she's not determined that, she is determined that she will not lose, and that she will win for Universe 6. So she begins to power up, and we get this really big explosion, some classical DBZ type of power-up stuff. Kefla actually goes Super Saiyan 2, which is not very shocking, considering that Caulifla could already do it, and of course, we have a ever-evolving Kale combined with it, right? So it makes sense that she could use Super Saiyan 2. It's kind of like with Goku and Vegeta when they fused in Vegito, or Vegerot in the manga, right? It's no different from that. Everyone expects they could go Super Saiyan 2, but they actually said it in this episode, which is very interesting. But alas, it's to no avail, because we're going to learn in this episode that no matter how much Kefla, no matter how much she powers up, she cannot defeat Goku in Ultra Instinct. And basically, this fight is a pretty interesting one. We get some shots of Kefla trying to punch Goku repeatedly, but it's doing no damage. Goku is easily dodging every single one of her attacks with Ultra Instinct. It's doing no effect whatsoever. Actually, within the sequence, we get just afterwards, Kefla tries to hit Goku, and Goku basically speed blitzes behind her and delivers a flurry of punches, and then he delivers just a huge kick right to her back, which sends her flying. But this is actually to no avail, because we learn later on that Kefla is not actually that hurt by Goku's attacks, and here's why. So Goku in Migate no Gokui, or Ultra Instinct, is still getting the hang of it, and he's definitely not at full stamina, nor is he at full strength. And this is reflected in his fighting. Goku can seemingly not attack while using Ultra Instinct, or he cannot attack with his full power. He's still getting the hang of it, and he can only dodge with Ultra Instinct. He can't really fight. So he's, again, this is basically showing that Goku still hasn't mastered Ultra Instinct yet, which is good writing, right? You want Goku not to master it right away. You need Goku to learn it in increments, and I did like that part of this episode. So we cut to commercial break, and then afterwards we come back, and to everyone's surprise, or really not very surprising if you watch the spoilers or any of that good stuff, Jiren wakes up, and Jiren, he wakes up, he flies over to Dispo and Toppo, and they ask Jiren if he's interested in Son Goku, and Jiren doesn't respond, but he kind of gives us like a smirk, like, like, I might be interested in Goku this time. So yeah, Jiren, you done goofed up. I mean, Jiren probably should have eliminated Goku right when they first fought, but he did not, and so Goku is back at it. And we continue with a fight between Goku and Kefla. Kefla declares that she's actually going to defeat Goku. She's literally going to beat the snot out of him. But Goku has no trouble catching him off guard multiple times within this episode. So she starts getting really frustrated. At one point, Goku asks her, like, hey, what's the matter? I mean, I thought you were powered up to Super Saiyan 2. Well, that's not really what he says, but you get the point. That's what he's thinking. He thinks that, hey, I mean, I thought you were supposed to be this uber powerful Saiyan. Like, come on. I'm not even breaking a sweat here. But Kuririn is actually amazed that Kefla can keep up with Goku. Not really keep up, but she can get up at least after Goku's attacks. Although again, Goku's attacks are very light, and they're not. He's definitely not used to this form yet. So obviously his attacks are not going to be that powerful. It's kind of like the Kaioken from last episode. So after some more fighting, Kefla starts to get frustrated, and she attempts to actually take down Goku with everything she has. So she starts firing these giant ass ki lasers everywhere, just a whole bunch of barrage of ki attacks. Goku goes in for a final attack, which is his Kamehameha, because he realizes that he has virtually no stamina left, so he has to finish this in one blow, right? So he goes for the Kamehameha, effortlessly dodging her attacks. Now, Goku did get grazed at one point, which again signifies that he's not in fully control of Ultra Instinct, because, yeah, even though he can move by himself without thinking about it, it's not perfected yet. And we have Vegeta over here on the sidelines, and he's wondering, what happened to Kakarot's body. He thinks that, this must be the thing that Whis taught us way back in the Resurrection F arc, and they cue the flashbacks to the Resurrection F arc when Whis was training both Goku and Vegeta to essentially move your body without thinking. Good stuff here. I did like that part. We cut back to Goku versus Kefla. Goku is effortlessly dodging her attacks, and it basically confirms at this point that, yeah, Goku's way above Kefla. Kefla's throwing literally everything she has at Goku. At one point, she fires this giant ki blasts out of literally combining all of her small ki blasts from last episode. She combines this into a humongous wave, but Goku is able to essentially, and this is a pretty cool thing that Goku does, he actually flips on it and then uses his own Kamehameha ki wave to bounce off of her ki wave, and then basically that's what he uses to propel himself towards her, and then fires her point blank in the face with the Kamehameha, which does eliminate her. And that marks the end of Kefla, guys. Kefla is completely eliminated. Not only that, the Potara earrings actually shattered just from the sheer force of Goku's blast, and she is out. So Kaba gets angry, and I did like this part of the episode, at least in terms of comedy. Excuse me, Champa is very angry that the fact that Kefla lost, and so is Fua. The Universe 6 Kaioshin actually starts to go haywire, because, I mean, look, It is out and the Saiyans are out, and so the only one is left is the Universe 6 Namekians. Those are the only two that are left. And Goku then goes out of Ultra Instinct. He has no stamina left, but it does not matter in the long run because we know that Goku has won. So everyone is relieved that Goku has won. I'm happy that Goku won. It would not have made sense if Kefla would have defeated Ultra Instinct Goku. Definitely from a writing standpoint, because you can't just have a character, power up again and then lose again, right? Because even though he's still getting the hang of it, that power should be enough, and it shows us what's next to come, right? It gives us like a benchmark on how strong Goku is. Another thing I wanted to mention in this review is the fact that Goku actually used Jiren's attack and Hit's attack as well. Let me explain. So, Goku, within the fight between Kefla, apparently Ultra Instinct is so powerful to the point where he's literally like Jiren. Like, he can literally glare at you and you will be sent flying back. That's literally what happened here. So, I mean, Ultra Instinct is insanely powerful. Not only that, he also fired a invisible ki blast, and it looked like the one that Hit used. This is really interesting stuff. Or maybe it could be just from the air pressure alone. So, Ultra Instinct is definitely nothing to sleep on. It's definitely nothing to sleep on. And Jiren actually notices this, and he wakes up. So, we get the elimination of Kefla this week, finally. And, even though I'm not really salty about Kefla being this strong, but Tora Fusion is no joke. That's for darn sure, because, I mean, look at Vegito. But Potara earrings are no joke, but against Ultra Instinct, it will not matter. And I'm just finally glad that Kefla is out of the fight. So that way she cannot, keep bragging and whatnot, because Goku is clearly the superior Saiyan, and that's, I think, how it should be. I really shouldn't have... I shouldn't have thought in the first place that, they were going to do some spectacular stuff with Kefla, like in terms of writing. I knew that from the get-go, Toei was going to make her, somewhat of a decent threat, because, let's face it, you have some more Saiyans, and it makes sense from a marketing standpoint to give her new power-ups, give her new forms, all that good stuff. But, I can understand it. And it paves the way for Goku versus Jiren later in the arc. Anyways, guys, that's it for my review. At the end of the episode, they did give a shout out to Hiromi Tsuru. They gave us a title card announcing her death. I thought that was very special, very good job on Toei's part. I would have liked more, maybe like a flashback or something, but at least they gave us something. Anyways, that's it for my review. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for watching as always. Stay awesome, everybody, and have a good one.